So hello everyone, welcome back to the ground cinnamon. Today I'm going to make a dish, and this dish is extremely important to the country of Canada. I'm going to make a poutine. Now, over the course of a year or so, I made poutine almost every day at work. And the way I'm going to make it today is exactly how I made it at work. So, in this episode, I will be sharing with you all the tricks and all the secrets, the trade secrets of making a really nice poutine. So, what is a poutine? So, on the more basic side, it's just fries, some cheese curds, and gravy. Now, cheese curds come pre-packed. You can't make them. It's gonna take a lot of effort. Fries, I already have an episode where I've shown you how to make some great fries. I'm going to show it to you in this episode also. But this episode, I want to concentrate on gravy. We're going to make the best gravy ever. So let's get started. We'll start our poutine with our gravy. Now, to make gravy, you need a stock, and we're going to need a brown stock. So here I've got 500 grams of chicken bones, and we're going to roast these. We're going to roast them at 200 degrees centigrade for about 45 minutes. But you just can't roast just the bones. You'll need some aromats. For that, here I've got some onions, carrots. You'll also need celery. If you don't have celery, don't worry about it. You can go in with something else. So I'm going to go in with some garlic. And you also need some tomato paste. Now, tomato paste contributes to that distinct color and also a good amount of acidity. But if you don't have tomato paste, what you can do is you can go in with 2 whole plum tomatoes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roast these alongside, hoping for the flavors to concentrate and contribute the same kind of acidity. Next, you want to add some oil and stir all of this around, and you're doing this so the bones don't burn but just caramelize. And when I mean by caramelize, you want that rich golden brown color. Once you're done with this, it goes straight into the oven, and we'll move on to the next part, which is making the roux for the gravy. Now, the roux is going to be the thickening agent that gives our gravy some body. For this, you need equal parts fat and flour. And for the fat, you can go in with oil, you can go in with butter. Butter, yeah, it's a good flavor, but it's not an epic flavor. If you want an epic flavor, you want to render out fat from some chicken skins. Now, this is 500 grams of chicken skins, and this will render out about 100 ml of fat. So on a low flame, let it render out all that fat, and it's going to happen slow and steady. While that happens, we will move on to making our French fries. To make French fries, you want starchy potatoes, and you can recognize starchy potatoes based on the potato's outer covering. It should be rather rough and a lot more matte compared to a newer potato, which is in general very shiny. Now, you can peel these or not, it's completely up to you, and you want to cut them into French fries, and the size of the French fries also is completely up to you. So the chicken skins seem to have rendered out all their fat, our fries have been cut, and my oven has just beeped, so the bones are ready. So just for the moment, I'm going to set aside the fries and the fat, and while you set aside your fries, you definitely want to keep them soaking in some cold water. So in a stock pot, you want to go in with the bones and the aromatics. And into this, you want to add water. When it comes to chicken bones or chicken stock, the calculation is really simple. The water should be double in weight to that of your bones. Now you want to keep this liquid just under a boiling point, like just under a boiling point. And you want to let this go for about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. I'm going to move the stock pot to the conventional stovetop, and in about 2, maybe 3 hours, you want to filter out the liquid. And that is because the aromatics and the bones after 2 hours are going to be tasteless, and all that flavor is going to be in that stock. Till then, we will work towards making the world's best French fries. For this, we're going to employ the double frying method, and this is going to be its first fry. So to start off, you want to pat your batons completely dry, like completely. After which you want to fry them at around 140 to 150 degrees Celsius. Here we are looking at par cooking them, and that includes about 4 to 5 minutes of frying. After which we will freeze them, and we won't fry them again until these are completely frozen. While we wait for the French fries to freeze, we will quickly make our gravy. For that, you're going to need stock, and this is 1 liter of stock. After simmering your stock for about 3 hours, this is the color you're going to get, a deep brown color. So to thicken 1 liter of stock, you want 60 grams of fat, and here we're going to use the chicken fat that we rendered and 60 grams of flour. So in goes 60 grams of fat, and before I add the flour, I want to add some more aromatics. So I'm going to go in with 1 whole onion, some garlic and bay leaf, and trust me, bay leaf is extremely important. Here you want to wait for your garlic to get a little golden brown, after which you want to go in with 60 grams of flour. Now the easiest and the safest way to add your flour to fat is to switch the heat off first, and this is going to prevent it from burning. Also whisk constantly. That's going to help you prevent any lumps from forming, and also it would prevent the roux from burning. Now what you're going to wait for is for that odor, the raw odor of the flour, to completely disappear. Once you've achieved that, you want to go in with your stock. And you want to go in with your stock slowly and in batches. But you want to whisk constantly, and you want to whisk until the stock has been completely incorporated. Once incorporated, you want to add your seasonings. So I'm going to go in with about 1.5 teaspoons of salt and a little bit of pepper. After which you want to let this go for the next 25 minutes. Minimum 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, you want to filter. You want to get rid of that onion, the bay leaf. They've done their job. Your gravy is going to taste great. Taste for seasoning. And if everything has gone according to plan, you will have the world's tastiest gravy. After that gorgeous, luscious, silky gravy, all that's left is to assemble yourself a plate of poutine. But before that, we have part 2 of our double frying method. So here you want your oil at 165 to 175 degrees centigrade. And while this oil comes to temperature, here I have some shredded chicken. Now this is completely optional, but I'm going to top my poutine with some shredded chicken. You can definitely go in with some shredded beef, some shredded pork. All of it is good. It's going to taste really nice. What is not optional though are cheese curds. And now in India, cheese curds are a little difficult to come by, which is why you can replace them with mozzarella cheese. So here I have some cubed mozzarella cheese. Also, to make our dish really pretty, you want something green. And here I have some spring onion. You can definitely go in with some parsley, but you know what? Spring onion actually has some flavor. By the way, here you can see these potatoes are completely frozen. And now I'm going to proceed and make myself a portion of poutine. So into this hot oil, this oil again is at 165 to 175 degrees Celsius. You want to go in with a portion of fries. Now you know the fries would be done a little quickly because these potatoes are par cooked. So when they turn a little more brown, and also when they feel really crunchy and crispy on the outside, you can take them out. You want to drain them off. You want to drain that excess oil. Toss them in some salt and pepper. Now pepper is not very traditional, but it gives great flavor, a great kick. After which, that's it. You want to get assembling. So get them out on a plate. First go the fries, follow it up with the cheese curds, and then the gravy, some pulled chicken, and of course you want to garnish with green onions. Just look at that. That is awesome, and you know why the Canadians love it so much. So there you go, folk. That's how you make a really nice poutine. Now, just in case you watched this episode and you're like, oh my goodness, it is so long, the procedure is so long, to make a gravy, to make these fries, is there an easier way? Well, there is a cheater's way out. You can use frozen fries, and you can use for a liter, to make a liter of stock, to make a liter of gravy, you could use about 3 to 4 stock cubes. But let me guarantee you that it's not going to be half as good. The flavor that you get by roasting your bones, freshly, it is just fantastic. So do support us by subscribing, do share this video, and thank you so much for watching.